Bada boom, bada bing.
All right.
Hi, people. This is We Them Media. Here with Maceo, Gabrielle, Big G. Anyway, Maceo, start us off.
Yeah, happy to, Big G, happy to. So welcome to the We Them recap for Art Basel. We Them niggas, We Them media, whatever we are, here we are. Today we have the reflections of three individuals deeply involved in this artistic journey. Maceo, Gabrielle, and Janeiro. I'm Maceo, as many of you know, and on this trip we came to Art Basel, and I brought Gabrielle, my girlfriend, and my best friend from home, Janeiro. And we've been here exploring Miami and learning what the fuck Art Basel is and getting to reconnect with some people from the Web3 communities that I've come to know and love. And so we're gonna jump straight into it and share with some of our experiences and insights. So our first question, I'll start with you, Gabrielle. As you prepared for Art Basel, what were your initial expectations?
I would say my initial expectations were, I was pretty open to what exactly I was going to experience and who exactly I was going to meet. I didn't expect to meet as many people in kind of the intersection of art and the crypto world. So I was expecting to meet people from really all different facets, but it was really great to see so many people in kind of the intersection that you're interested in, either in music and crypto, just art in general. So my expectations were to just meet people, learn a bit more, and find out about the world and experience that you're involved in.
I appreciate that. And what about you, Janeiro?
I was expecting a lot of talks on numbers and the usage of a lot of vocabulary that I've yet to learn yet in this crypto space. So I was a little anxious and nervous, but I think the beauty of Art Basel is, like Gabrielle said, this intersection between art and these collaborative projects that go on Web3. So it was fun to explore, new experience for me, totally.
Yeah, and I know I was excited for you to come specifically, Janeiro, because I know I've invited you to like some DeFi Philly events or like Pizza Day or just like other Web3 events in Philadelphia, and I know they've not really been as appealing to you, which is the case for most people in the general public. They're not really like cryptos, like what is that? People don't care. So I was hoping you being an artist that you'd be excited and really find this to be a more eye-opening experience.
Eye-opening.
And interesting than maybe like a finance conference. And I think it's nice this wasn't even a conference. We went to some talks, but really not many talks.
It wasn't much conferences and sitting down for lectures. It was a great trip.
Yeah, it was fun. And so next, I guess as I was preparing, I didn't even answer myself, but as I was preparing, I mean, I was expecting that it would be nice to see people from like Friends with Benefits, that community, some people from the music NFT space, and I guess something that I didn't expect was just getting to see some of my college friends, like seeing Laura and Ann, I think was definitely nice, and getting to practice so much Spanish. I really did not anticipate that. I didn't know what it was going to look like. But yeah, I guess as I was getting ready, I was expecting, to be kind of shepherding you two into what is this world, and how does it make sense and why is it exciting, and just kind of be seeing how you two interacted with the people that I've already come to know and appreciate in this space, and seeing how they experience you and how you experience them, to get more second opinions per se on this world I've been getting involved in. And then the next question is, and I'll start with you again, Gabrielle. But can you share something from the trip that caught you by surprise, an experience you didn't anticipate?
Something I didn't expect was definitely the inclusivity of all the spaces that we went to. Although they were still predominantly white spaces, I did find that there were a lot of people that looked like us, a lot of women as well, which was great to see. So I didn't really know what the vibe or what the spaces exactly would look like, but it was really great to see how inclusive everywhere we went was.
I was expecting this to be a lot more male dominant, and just like Gabrielle said, very white. But I've been coming to these events that we've scheduled for the trip, and a lot of it has been very female oriented. Well, not female oriented, but a lot of these events are very female driven, maybe possibly from what I observed. So it wasn't just a bunch of old men in glasses with pocket protectors. So yeah, it was cool.
Oh yeah. And okay, and I'm glad that you guys saw that, because I think Friends with Benefits, I would definitely say, is one of the most diverse Web3 communities that I found, which is a big reason why I'm a fan of it as it exists now. And then I would say obviously Boys Club is a organization like oriented towards creating space for femme identifying people, women in the space. So it was cool to go to their event, and I'm glad that you guys were able to see that the space is not so, I guess, monolithic in that sense. Well, I'm gonna ask you you can start the next question, so yeah, be ready. And so yeah, the next question. I already answered this question, so I'm just going to skip over. I think what I wasn't expecting was getting to spend time with my friends and getting to see like what it is to be an early 20s person in Miami. That doesn't give a fuck about Art Basel at all. But it was cool to have them join us. And yeah, so next question is, reflecting on the entirety of Art Basel, what would you consider your personal highlight moment, Janeiro?
I think the little EDM rave that we went to last night with the behind the scenes VIP section with all the little digital art and like interactive art that they had. It was cool. It was very trippy, and liked how they somehow finessed a art museum, a low key art museum into a rave, and it was a cool experience. It was like 50-50, best of both worlds. You get to see the art that comes from these Web3 projects, and you get to see people lose their marbles too. And it's a nice mix.
Oh, yeah.
Not like back in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was a cool concept. I hadn't really seen that before myself.
Yeah.
What about you, Gabrielle?
I would say a highlight for me was really putting faces to names in some of the conversations that we've had prior to coming, just of who your peers, colleagues, and mentors have been, to meet those people from FWB, Boys Club, really at all the events that we went to. There was always someone that you had mentioned before, so it was great to meet them in person.
I would say for me a highlight moment, I think it would definitely be like, it's hard to say. I feel like I enjoyed seeing people at the different events, catching up with people. But I feel like the people I was least expecting to see really were Lauren, and I feel like getting to hear about what their post-grad experience has been like. I feel like they're people that I've picked up with a lot from college, and they haven't been those people. And so to hear about what's working and what's not working in their lives now, and getting to go out with them, and even getting to go to the beach like for sunrise and stuff like that, I thought that was like a really intimate moment to share with my friends who aren't really like it wasn't about Web3 at all, the evening. And so I think it was really cool to see not just like you two learn about the space, but also have Laura come with us to the Refraction event and get to ask some questions, and to the Boys Club event and get to ask some questions. I was really happy that for her it's got to be that kind of experience as well. And that was absolutely not something I anticipated. So I would say for me, I would say Refraction probably was a highlight, just because we got to see such a different cast of people. We saw Lottie Day there. I think Thursday night was definitely a highlight, and that was Refraction was Friday, but I think Thursday, Friday were probably my high key moments. Can you unlock your phone again, Janeiro? Thank you, King. And so now I'll jump back to you, Janeiro, once again. I'd love it if you could tell us about the most memorable or engaging conversation you had while you were here in Miami for Art Basel.
I feel like I probably had two of my most productive talks in that Boys Club event. I kind of got to talk to a couple black people in tech and see how this is going for them, and that's obviously, even though it was something on my mind, it wasn't something I really thought that I was gonna have the chance to really answer or whatnot. As we said, looked a little white in there, but we found some brothers and sisters, so it was cool, and I learned how how people get the big bucks here, and like what positions get the big bucks, and what type of other professions tend to get drawn to the Web3 crowd when it comes to these Art Basel events. Yes.
I'm gonna pass it over to Gabrielle.
My most interesting conversation?
Yeah, or most engaging, like going home, like what's the conversation you feel like, was impactful?
I would actually say kind of the first conversation I had with someone at the first event that we went to, the FWB event, when we got off the plane, still had our bags with us. One person I met, Sage, he was very kind to kind of explain things to me, like blockchain, crypto, like how everything is intertwined in his life, and I found that particularly interesting. He was explaining to me that his job, like getting paid entirely through crypto, like I didn't even know that was possible. So to meet someone that is really having that experience and able to travel the world as well through being paid entirely through crypto, I thought was really interesting and kind of enlightening to what my future could be, getting more involved in the Web3 crypto space.
Yeah, shout out to Sage. I think he worked at the Luxo blockchain, that's what he said, and he was helping with like DAO strategy, stuff like that. Yeah, I was really happy to got to have a long conversation. I would say, for me, my most impactful conversation, most engaging, most interesting. I wrote these questions, but I really didn't think about what my answer to this question, what my answer to this might be. I think, for me, I was really engaged by the conversation that they were having at the Refraction event when we first got there. They were talking about like the intersection of technology and media and AI. And I really try not to pay too much attention to AI. Like I use ChatGPT, like even just to organize these questions and generate this script a little bit after drafting out some questions. But I don't think about AI like very much in my day-to-day life. And so it's cool to think about how they see AI pertaining to the creative process. And is it disruptive? Is it taking away jobs? What is the middle ground? What does the future look like? And just getting to learn more about this Sona streaming platform, which is trying to emerge in this Web3 space as well. So I feel like that conversation was probably one of my favorites because I do kind of live for those conference kind of conversations that are really informative. And I felt like I was looking forward to that event. I don't really know what all the talks look like during the day because we left to go get food and stuff, and that was fine. I think it was a good day. It was an adventure, but I was super happy to see Caitlin, to see Sarah, to see Ruby, and Laura as well from Sona. I didn't know her, but just getting to meet new people, see new faces, and also I think that was kind of our moment of conference experience. And so I'm glad that we got to have that. And honestly, that was definitely a highlight for me because I think those kinds of conversations are the ones I enjoy almost the most. And yeah, I guess the next question is, I guess it's in the world of valuable learning. So I'll start with myself. Is there something specific I learned at Art Basel that I'm excited to bring back home? Something I'm excited to bring back home that I learned at Art Basel. I would say that being here at Art Basel, something that I learned was I didn't know, I feel like, all right, I'm going to popcorn away from myself. What about you two?
What's the question?
What's something that you learned here at Art Basel that you feel you can bring back home to your day-to-day life?
Something that I bring back home to my day-to-day life and help me go to sleep a lot easier is that, some of these crypto people are still focused on the new guy, the person that just got their foot in the door. I had a couple of conversations earlier at one of those events that Chris was DJing at.
Yesterday?
Want the free tickets and the drinks and whatnot.
Yesterday?
Yeah. So I had a couple people that were working on some projects. Tell me that they're currently they're trying to figure that out. I know some people are way ahead, but if you want people like me to come in every day and attempt to immerse themselves in this culture, then you need people who are thinking about the little guy, thinking about the person just trying to get in the door. So yeah, that was cool.
Very well.
I also really appreciated how open everyone was to speak to beginners and learners. Something that I'll take away or that I can implement in my life moving forward. I am interested to see how crypto can be involved in my life. I'm also interested to see how, as someone interested in medicine and the healthcare system, like how Web3 and crypto either is in that space or how it will be in that space. I'm looking forward to possibly finding my own community within that setting to find out more information about my interest in medicine and crypto and Web3, and just also in my own personal finances, how I can implement it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you both felt like it was really welcoming. I think that's definitely something that I see across the board, and even why I encourage people to go to Web3 events in Philly or other places, because I feel like you can do the research online, but I feel like people are so open and so happy to talk about it at these events that like that's all they go there to do is to talk about it. So I feel like you can learn way more rapidly, and like you're saying, you might be the new guy today, but after being there for 2 hours, like now you're a familiar face, you have familiar people, people who can like kind of be your peers in a classroom that's like pretty abstract and not concrete, but in a space where things are fast moving and always evolving. Everyone is a student, even if they say they're not. Very few people have quote unquote 10,000 hours in crypto or in this world of Web3 because it's ever changing. It's iterative is what I would say. It's a startup space. But I would say what I learned, I really didn't know about Stellar, the blockchain that was sponsoring the event yesterday. You were talking about where Chris was DJing. And I thought a funny moment there was him playing the Sexy Red lyrics over the beat, talking about my baby need a new pappy. I thought like him looping that was pretty comical. And some of the other instrumentals he had going were funny, but I would say just learning about like the work that Stellar has done to support like refugees, people traveling who are carrying cash, and having their finances be digital, not having to travel with their net worth, I thought that was super cool, getting to hear the woman who founded Stellar, I believe. I never heard of, I think I've heard of it, but I really didn't know much about Stellar, so it was really cool to meet Lindsay, to meet Sophie, to meet the person that does marketing, I can't remember her name, the Indian girl, but I thought they were all absolutely brilliant, and I had such a great time meeting them and getting to learn from them. And I'm excited to see more about that project. So I would definitely say I'm interested in like the world of social impact in Web3, and seeing people so invested in that. I think aligned with Friends with Benefits, an organization that's I would say is one of the biggest like branded social organizations in Web3. Was pretty exciting. So it makes me feel like I'm around the right people, and I'd say for me that's what was there. Can I see uno más vez? Brr. Basel. And I guess the next question, Janeiro, I guess considering the digital landscape, are you now more or less inclined to participate in Web3 communities and experiences?
I guess, yeah. Being surrounded by it for a second, I think the icebreaker phase is over, which is cool. Might pop out January 7th for something. We don't know yet. Web3. Yeah, though.
I'm definitely looking forward to being more involved in the Web3 and crypto space, not only as a support, but just continuing to learn for myself. As you were mentioning with the humanitarian work in crypto, I thought that was very interesting, and I'd love to learn more. I'm interested in like public health, humanitarian work, healthcare medicine. So just getting more involved in communities that have focuses in that space, I'm really interested to be involved in.
Name five five coins right now.
Name 5 coins.
Yes, 5 coins right now.
I'm still in my learning phase. I don't want to.
Too late. Ethereum, Dogecoin, Pepe coin. You ain't know I knew about Pepe coin. Ethereum, crypto. Those last two are too easy.
What about Bitcoin?
Didn't I just say Bitcoin? Bitcoin?
I don't know.
No?
I heard you say Pepe. Shiba Inu.
Shiba coin, Sheep coin.
What's it called? The Stellar.
Numero.
Stellar's token is Lumen.
Lumen.
But we can digress.
Lots of coins. I learned a lot.
We like to see it. I'm not surprised. And I guess I feel like you both have shared, but was of the events we went to, Janeiro, I feel like you said yesterday where we went to was your favorite. Gabrielle.
I feel like learning wise, it was my favorite. Just because, I brought up a topic of conversation that I wanted to talk to other crypto people about, other than you, with the whole just getting into it, and how much pressure it is to sort of keep up, kind of like start in one piece and expecting to, run through it,
Why don't you just hold the microphone by your mouth? You do like the back and forth. But I hear what you're saying. And so, who did you talk to yesterday?
I talked to your friend with the Lumen coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Yes, Miss Lindsay. She was talking to me about her job, and she works with trying to get people easier access to crypto, and she was telling me that there's a real big problem with trying to get the common people into crypto. So our goal might not exactly be to educate them, but just make it easier for them to access it. Just you gotta. She said you gotta sort of get it simple enough for people to be able to use it, and not think about it anymore. It's gotta get more interactive, and yeah.
And you, Gabrielle, favorite event?
I initially wanted to say the refraction event. I felt like the venue was beautiful, especially to really be a first comer to Miami, to like have open air and open space. I thought it was also really inclusive or like conducive to mingling. And I enjoyed the conversation, the panel that you mentioned. But I would say the event yesterday, the Stellar FWB and
Yeah.
and the community organization event yesterday. It was nice that at that point I had seen some people like 2 or 3 times at this point, so to be a lot more familiar was great, and dive further into conversation again with Stellar's initiative with the refugees. I thought was like a great conversation to have had at some point during the trip. So the refraction event as well as the event that we went to yesterday were my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And also the food was very good.
Yeah, the food was phenomenal yesterday. I would agree. Were you raising your hand?
Mm-mm.
No, okay. I would say, I feel like I said, refraction was probably my favorite. And I guess the next question would be, and us coming here as we them niggas, we them media, why do you feel it was important for us to come here and represent like what I've been building? Just like in your perspectives, and I'm gonna answer last, but and I have my own perspective, obviously, but
Because the work matters,
Yeah.
and so does the goal, the pursuit, the journey itself. Noble stuff. We the media, we gonna get more people, more dark-skinned brothers typing on the computer, knowing what to do with that money. Stay tuned. I'm just joking. We got more answers and questions.
Is that
Give
your
it to
final
Gabrielle.
answer? Are you finished your answer?
Yeah, it was I kind of dumbed it down. I just like,
Well, don't say what's on your mind.
What did I just say?
what did you just say?
Yeah.
You said the journey is important. We're gonna continue to
Oh,
build
yeah,
a larger
and,
community.
And yeah, there's a lot hard work going into this by my right hand man, and every time we show up to something, there's always something and somebody who knows what my boy Maceo is. It's that networking strength. We're gonna get there, and we also gonna enjoy the journey of getting there.
The open bars, the free food.
I thought it was really important for us to represent We the Media at Art Basel this year. Like Janeiro was mentioning, Maceo was great at networking, like a social butterfly. So I think it was great to see that for people to see that there is a team and a support system behind him. And, I'm excited for future events that you're able to bring more team members with you, more of your peers, to be able to meet other people in the space that you've been speaking to and with. I think the whole point of the brand is to be inclusive and community work. So it was really great to continue to build that as Janeiro and I kind of went off into our own conversations with people, using our QR codes whenever we met new people to bring them into the We the Media space. So I definitely think it was great to not only network, but show people that, you have a whole team of people that are supporting you right alongside of you.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree that. I think, I'm super proud of both you people as like my friends. I think you guys are both super smart, and I enjoyed talking to you both. And I feel like you two have been people that have been along with me on my journey in different ways. Janeiro, listening to hours and hours of podcasts with me in the car over the past year, from Boys Club to Seed Club to what's it called, the NFT podcast that Bankless has, and I think like Carly Rye, overpriced JPEGs. There we go. I'm trying to remember the name. And even like Acquired, just podcasts that are more in the world of business and startups and, the stories of those things. Like we listened to the whole podcast about, what's his name? The Berkshire Hathaway dude. It's okay. We can digress. But I think, we've been on this journey of learning together this year. And I was really excited to have you be here with me, and people know, these are the kinds of people that I consider to be my peers, that I learn alongside, who I associate with. outside Web3, and that I really am trying to do the work of bringing my community into the fold of what this, I guess, technology is and how it can impact, society and communities and the world at large. And I would say, for me, that was a big part of being here, but also just continuing to show up for the communities that do exist in this space. I think in the bear market, you see people you see a lot of attrition. People stop showing up, they stop caring. I'm deeply invested in the future of this technology. I think that it can serve people in the future, and there are people working to, build for the public interest. And I'm excited that we can be those people. And excited to connect with people who are value aligned in that way. So just getting to have more long form conversations is why I think it was important. And I wanted to shoot more content than we did record, to be honest, like interviews. But I think it's okay. I think it's important to actually build rapport with people, get to know, what their circumstances are, what their conditions are, what their goals are, and stuff like that, before you just kind of put them on the spot and ask them to talk about it. Because then they feel like, maybe you are a little more invested than you just kind of showing up to capitalize in the moment. I'm definitely not interested in, just showing up to capitalize, but showing up to contribute. And so I think that's why it was important for us to be here to see how we could contribute, even if it is just being a presence. And I think this year that's kind of what it was. We were here, we were at events, we were showing up, and I think people appreciated that. Yeah. And then next question. I'm curious, like I've heard you both share about like this trip being like valuable. I'm curious what you feel like might be most inspirational from the trip.
The party and the fun it's generating.
That's fun.
Yeah, very wild.
And what about you, Gabrielle? You don't have to have like a long, comprehensive answer. It's just like,
Could you say the question again?
just like what was inspiring, I guess, from this trip? Like, were you inspired to go home and create more? Inspired to, or in any new ways? Did you discover any artists you feel like that were compelling? I guess kind of in the world of art, were you inspired to think about how you could participate more in the world of art? It's Art Basel, so here we are, Baseling.
I'd be really interested to learn more about the artists that had their artwork at the presentation that we went to yesterday at the
Trippy Labs at the rave thing.
Yes. I really enjoyed the interactive pieces, like just more like 3D things to look at, opposed to something maybe more stationary, just something just on the wall. I think just in general in my life I've been exploring how to express myself through art. I enjoy more crafty things, so I think getting exposure yesterday was great to kind of see what other people are doing, how they're expressing themselves. I also enjoyed just the front of the trip, seeing the Miami community. I didn't really know what to expect, but I've really been enjoying it here. So I think that would probably be what was most impactful, like learning about a whole community that's different from the one that we live in, or at least the one that I live in, I should say. And just seeing some of the artists, and I thought it was really cool that they had donations for the artists in Ethereum. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
And I thought that was great to be like in a crypto space, and you can donate to the artists like directly through the payment that we're speaking about. So
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you two felt that way. I think the fun definitely is what's exciting to me. I think something that's inspiring to me is like that you can't have so many different kinds of people. Like, I don't think it's just predominantly white space. I think like the house music we went to was amazing. I think there were so many different. It was such a diverse space being there, and I'm, I guess, inspired by the fact that so many people can find that they experience a sense of belonging in some of the communities that exist in Web3. And I think that's for me what's most compelling is being able to find international communities. And I guess final question is were there any challenges encountered on the trip that you two were stressed out by? Funny stories, things that we had to overcome. And
take it away.
We had to brush up on our Spanish, but we easily got back to it. Miami's a different flow than Philadelphia, but yeah, got some interweb I guess learning going on, and I got some repeat of Spanish 101. Just walking around venturing throughout Miami.
well, yeah. And how was it to overcome? I guess like having to do that.
Sometimes I was looking up words and shit, but like it wasn't anything too hard. But I'm a I'm gonna try to, you know, come to places and brush up on languages and you know, try to make it work. You know, I came here for like some pseudo business stuff, and you know, I'm learning a lot of business characteristics and practicing a lot of good business traits, like getting that Mr. International speaking going on. You know, that English to Spanish, Spanish to English, English to Russian, that type of stuff. Very fun. Very
Whoever
fun.
misses
Art
a
Basel.
beat lives life like percussion. Okay, over to you, Gabrielle.
It wasn't really a challenge I had to face since both of you were able to be very conversational in Spanish. But
No Spanish from Gabrielle.
if you two were not here, I definitely would have struggled kind of in quick situations that we were in, either from the Uber or, you know, just interacting with a whole bunch of people. So it's great to have you both here. Thank you both for making sure everything was okay always. I'll say also just kind of preparing for the trip. I didn't really know what the atmosphere would be at any of the places that we were going to, definitely overpacking. But I really enjoyed how inclusive all the spaces were, because everyone just like themselves. Everyone, like whatever made you feel good that day, that's what people wore. So that was really great to, I think I had pressure on myself prior to that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, and I'd say for me, like the thing obviously like is the Airbnb. Like we're in this Airbnb now, but we got here first day, Airbnb cancels on us after we've been carrying around our bags for 6 hours probably. We're rolling up 5 minutes. We're supposed to check in. It says Airbnb canceled. We're like, are we homeless? Where will we be? Janeiro said, that's not my problem. So Janeiro's on Instagram. I'm on my phone trying to figure out where we're gonna be. Gabrielle's in a work call, and I'm like, where will we sleep? And we found our way to this Airbnb here by the grace of the universe. Thank you to the universe. And I'm very grateful we had this beautiful space, and we this space sleeps 12, so we had ample space, and we had a back patio, so it definitely wasn't ideal, but it turned out better than it could have. You know, Lauren and Ann got to stay overnight with us. I went to the beach and stuff, so it's beautiful we were able to house them, even though it wasn't anticipated. And yeah, I would say for me that was like the biggest thing to overcome. But overall, I feel like this trip has been absolutely splendid, and I couldn't be more happy about the way that it's gone. So yeah, I appreciate you all listening. Gabrielle, do you have anything else to say? Do you want to ask me anything? It might be in your space. And yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right, Janeiro's okay.
Did you already answer about what real life applications you're going to take into your life from the conversations that you were in? I'm not sure if we circle back to you.
Yeah, I don't know if I did either. I mean, I think for me, the real life things are just like having furthered the relationships here. I think I'm excited to continue to go to more Friends of Benefits events. I think I definitely could have done some interviews there that I didn't record. And I think other than that, I think it's just like seeing other people who I see and value aligned with and who are creating publications. Shout out to Josh, Nick, and Blue working on Archive. Their magazine launch is about to happen. I'm really excited to see what the year looks like for them, for Girl and Leo Pastel and Crash World. I'm really just excited to see about, like I said before, how I can contribute to these other communities that I see around me and these other organizations and projects, and really just let them know that I care about what they're doing more than I care about, you know, anything else. And I'm excited to see how I can contribute and play positive some games with them. So I think for me, what I'm bringing home are these new relationships and the understanding that out of the few people that are in this space that are people of color, you know, some of the artists I just mentioned and creators I just mentioned are some of those people. And we are the few people that are still here that are people of color in the bear market. And so I'm really just excited to go home and think about how I can keep up with them and contribute to what they're building and really see their visions come to life. Because I think it's important that the visions of people that look like us come to life in this technology. And not just people that are, like you guys said, white people, white men.
Yeah.
And I think frequently the visions of those people take precedence almost always. So I'm excited for this space to be subversive and to contribute to the subversive things that can come to be built. So yeah.
Yeah, more people in tech and more people with money from tech, and yeah, helping other people get more money the easy way.
Yeah.
I did have an additional question.
Okay, hit me.
You've been speaking a lot about crypto Web3, which obviously, but I'm wondering, have you felt inspired at all musically, artistically, and how does that look moving forward, leaving this event?
I mean, I think definitely musically, like, I know Girl was in my studio for Friday and Saturday, the majority of the day, and she invited me to come. They invited me to come, and I didn't go. We didn't go. And I didn't really come to Art Basel to make music, but I like the idea of making music with people that I like. I like Girl, I like Leo. So I definitely wish we maybe popped out there for some time. And I'm definitely interested in starting to make more music in 2024 in general. Like, I think seeing Leo Pastel perform at FWB, like, not a lot of people there, but it would have been cool, like, just perform or just to freestyle. Like, I don't really care, you know. But I just feel like people to know that I am a performing artist and that I enjoy performing and I enjoy like making and performing music. And yeah, I think just spending more time on that, like in the coming year, I'm excited about. I think creating content, creating music, creating podcasts are definitely things I feel like I've been focusing so much on the podcast this year. I'm excited to kind of bring more balance. I think music is what I'm passionate about, and community building. But podcasting and creating this content, I would say less so. For me, it's like the conversations that are important, but I think you can have conversations in music. And I'm excited to kind of bring what I've been learning into the conversations that I see as happening in music and the kind of music I listen to. So I do feel inspired.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Janeiro, did you have any additional questions for Maceo?
Other than what I'm about to say, no. But on a scale from 1 to 10, how successful was this trip to you?
Oh, I would say like an 8, honestly. I'd say like I could have shot more content, but I feel like I got to spend quality time with people, you know, from people in Friends with Benefits, people in Boys Club. Like I think I got a better sense of who people are and who their people are. Like, you guys are my friends here. But I saw some of my friends that I met at other events. I got to see their friends too and get to have long conversations with those people. And I think just having that experience was really worthwhile to me. And I just feel like those relationships feel more intimate to me now as a function of that. So I would say for me, it was an 8 because you guys got to learn, I got to learn, and I got to see where the heads of people that I feel I'm aligned with are, and get a clear sense of how we could collaborate. So for me, I feel excited. I'm excited for next year. And it was cool to see see what Art Basel is in the first place, because I've never been to Miami, let alone to Art Basel, but also to see, you know, what the state of the culture is at the intersection of art and Web3. We didn't go to all of the Web3 art events, but it kind of was what it was. I saw the people, and I think that the people the people that we saw can tell us just as well, you know, as an event, if not better. So I would say 8, and we got to see my friends from college. So I think quality time is for me always like the most important thing. So yeah, I would say 8 out of 10. And well, yeah, thank you for watching our little interview here post Basel. We're about to get in an Uber and go to the airport. And yes, shout out to Gabrielle. She made these shirts for us to wear here at Art Basel. You can see we got the whole logo on the back. It says We Them Media. It was a surprise, pretty epic. And yeah, so. No. But yeah, thank you everyone, and yes, have a great rest of your day. Bye. You're perfect. No.
Si quieres llevarlo, es tuyo.
¿Quieres decir hola? All right.